Hey everyone, how is next day 2 treating you? Oh, yeah, there's the energy. That's what I'm talking about. Well, cool. Well, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about Best Buy's blueprint for agentic customer care. Did everyone enjoy the keynote yesterday? Thumbs up, cool. All right. It's a bummer that we're missing the dev keynote right now, but we'll watch it on repeat, right? So today, no, wrong button, laser pointer, there we go. Today, I'm going to be talking about the journey with Best Buy that we've been having over the last couple of years. For those that don't know me, my name is Patrick Marlow. I'm a senior product manager here at Google Cloud in the Applied AI department. I'm going to be joined by Maureen and Arvind today on stage. They're going to get up and tell you a lot about their journey. First, I'm just going to go through a couple of things about our product so you understand what our product is and kind of what it does. Like I said, I'll cover Gemini Enterprise for customer experience. We'll do another live demo because, you know, that's kind of my thing. I do live demos. And then we're going to let the Best Buy team come up and tell their story. And then we'll do a little Q&A at the end. So hopefully everything works well today. All right, we're going to start with Gemini Enterprise for customer experience. If you're not familiar, if you're running a brand today, basically trying to figure out how to secure, brand loyalty and brand safety is a really, really hard thing to do. And 32% of engagements where customers are interacting with the brand, if they have a bad experience, they'll typically drop that brand after just that one bad experience, right? These are really high stakes for us as brands and as enterprises, right? Because as consumers, we have lots of choices out there. I think within a mile of my house, I have probably 3 different grocery store brands that I could go to. I could go to any different place to, change the oil on my truck, and I can shop at many different places in town. If I have a bad experience at one of those, maybe I'm never gonna go back again, right? And it's not just the in-store experiences, it's the online experiences too. It's the web, it's the mobile experiences. And so that's a really important thing for us to understand as brands and as enterprises is that customers and consumers, they do have choices, right? And so being able to secure that brand loyalty is super important. And being able to follow them and ensure that they have these really great, seamless customer experiences is really difficult to do. Now, why do these bad experiences exist? What causes them to occur? It usually comes down to things like delivering disjointed chatbots or virtual agents, maybe that, you had one part of the business build and then a different part of the business built this other one and they don't talk to each other, they don't interact with each other. You've got things like siloed channels. You've got a team that's working on the voice channel, but a different team that's working on the web channel and yet another team that's working on the mobile channel. No one's really talking to each other. They all do an order status check, but they all implement it differently, right? And that's just because there's no unification internally inside. Or you just have technology that's out of date, right? You're not using technology that truly understands customer intent, understands what they're trying to achieve, and is empathetic enough to that customer's user journey to really achieve what they're trying to go with. Fragmentation leads to frustration, leads to lost sales, leads to breakdown in trust between your customers, and lots of missed opportunities. Because there's even places where maybe you think that you feel like you're doing really well, but you're missing those upsells, right? Or you're missing that cross-sell, or you're missing the opportunity to connect that user into a part of a journey that they would not normally venture into. And so all of these things really stack up. It's the accumulation of all of this, the sum that really starts to weigh down on the consumer. And it's our job, again, as brands and enterprises, to try to solve that problem so that we're providing these really, really great customer experiences. So, to solve these bad experiences, we're trying to bring this entire journey together and bringing you Gemini Enterprise for customer experience. We are unifying search, purchase, and support into a single, seamless agentic journey. We're trying to drive growth and solve these problems in real time across these different products. You've got things like CX Agent Studio, which I demonstrated for you yesterday, that allows you to build in just days instead of months and years. You've got Shopping Agent that can help you with higher conversion rates and a lot of out-of-the-box configuration. You've got commerce, search, food ordering, and our automotive agents all built on top of Gemini. So this is really where the power of our Gemini Enterprise for customer experience stack comes from. It is one platform. It's this unified experience so that you can have all of these things under one roof and easier to implement across your entire enterprise. We have lots and lots of leading organizations globally that are working with Gemini Enterprise for customer experience, enhancing their user journeys across both in-store, online, mobile, web, all different types of channels. Again, this is not a pitch to say like this technology is coming. It's like this technology is here. You saw it yesterday during Thomas's keynote. We talked about a lot of the different brands that are utilizing Gemini Enterprise for customer experience in their stores today on their mobile website. We're going to hear from Best Buy today that's going to talk about this as well. This is real technology. This is proven. There is ROI there. There are a lot of really, big metrics behind it that are driving these engagements with our customers. When we think about Gemini Enterprise for customer experience, again, we look at it as the entire product suite. It's a full stack of engagement that allows you to build, connect, engage, and optimize across your entire customer journey. Gemini Enterprise starts with things like the omnichannel gateway and our out-of-the-box agents. We want to meet customers exactly where they are, whether they're on mobile or whether they're on web, whether you're using WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook Messenger, places like that. Anywhere we can connect with our customers is the best place to connect with them. It provides this comprehensive suite of tools that allows us to design and handle all of these different experiences for our customers and drive them all the way down to our insights foundation. And all of this is built on top of Google's deepest AI foundations in partnership with teams like Google DeepMind. Looking at success across Gemini Enterprise for customer experience really starts by defining your objectives and then iterating towards those goals. If you don't know how to measure it, if you don't know what you're trying to build, if you can't define what good looks like, how do you know what to build? Right? It's super important. And it's also important to understand that this is not a one and done journey. You don't say, yay, we launched a virtual agent, high five, bottles of champagne, the end. That's not how this works. It's an iterative journey. Technology continues to improve, customer experiences change, products are new. So you have to constantly evolve and iterate with your customers, with your technology, with your platform. Ultimately, Gemini Enterprise for customer experience is this cycle for continuous success. You build faster when you're building with AI or having AI building AI. You connect your users seamlessly across any of these different channels. You can engage with them with profound multimodal and multilingual experiences. And ultimately, all of that information drives into an optimization layer that allows you to view insights and analytics to feedback into the build stage. And it's important that this cycle exists so that you can continue to optimize that experience for your customers. Just remember, it's not a one and done. We'll go into a few of these so we can take a look at them in a little more detail, and then we'll get to a fun demo. So with build, as I talked about yesterday on stage, the YouTube team was able to build their agent in just 6 weeks. Because we're providing a lot of these out-of-the-box agents and templates and best practices from our teams, you're really able to quickly build and iterate and build in weeks instead of months, right? Being able to go live in 4 to 6 weeks is pretty amazing. I've been doing this for, I guess I've been building chatbots since way before the LLM days, probably 15 years now. And I remember when engagements were 18 months long, right? Where it's like you're scoping and you're thinking and you're building and you're training and you're taking forever. And maybe next year we're going to launch a chatbot and we're all going to celebrate. It's crazy to me to see now that we can do this literally in 3 to 6 weeks. But that's where we're at from a technology perspective. And so as an enterprise, you also need to understand that when you're getting into these engagements, don't think about the old school waterfall 18-month delivery cycle. You can really plan something and have it out on the table in just 3 to 6 weeks. It really is possible to do that. AI building AI is a huge, huge part of our platform. Being able to just take your standard operating procedures, your existing conversation transcripts, your existing calls, feed them in, and have it write prompts for you, have it build tools for you, have it just basically build out your entire scaffolding for your agent. That can happen in minutes. And then from there, you can automatically hill climb. And then, providing personalized experiences is also a really big part of our platform as well. So being able to use our built-in web widgets, interact with the website that the user is directly on, is a big part of that component. One thing that's not on this slide, but I added for myself in my notes, is also building with agentic IDEs. Everything is moving so fast, so much that it didn't even make it on this slide. But agentic IDEs are a really big part of our build experience as well. So whether you're using Gemini CLI or you're using anti-gravity or other agentic IDEs, being able to utilize the Gemini Enterprise for Customer Experience agent skills and feeding those into those IDEs to automatically build for you is also a core part of our platform, and we're leaning into that story as well. From a Connect perspective, I talked previously about how we want to really meet our users where they are. If your users are predominantly interacting in WhatsApp, let's work with you on a WhatsApp integration. If they prefer SMS versus a mobile chat app, make sure that you have those metrics and those analytics that tells you which of the channels that you should be delivering these experiences on. It's really interesting to see sometimes where, we talk to customers and they say, we absolutely want a voice agent. And then I'll say, okay, well, do you have analytics that shows that your voice agent is the biggest, your call centers are driving the most volume today? No, actually our chat agent drives the most volume, but we really want to get into the voice channel. It's like, okay, cool. We can help you get into the voice channel as well, but can we deliver some sort of ROI for your chat agent today, if that's where most of your interactions are at, right? So being able to meet your customers where they are is super important. We have a deep tools and connectors integration ecosystem as well, over 100 different connectors in our ecosystem, lots of really great tools, including a hosted MCP server. So if you want to, again, use agentic IDEs to build against our platform, there's an MCP server that you can interact with day one. You can also bring your own MCP servers. So if you have MCP servers that you're using in your enterprise and you want your agents to use those MCP servers, we call that bring your own MCP. And so you can use that inside of the platform as well to connect everything. Ultimately, the goal with being able to connect with your customers is being able to win and retain and improve that customer lifetime and that life cycle and those user journeys across your customer experiences. On the engage side, it's really about being able to seamlessly switch between things like modalities and languages. Again, you saw in the demo yesterday, we did a little Spanish and English back and forth, which is fun. That's really an experience that you get to decide as a customer if you want to build those types of multilingual experiences. Some customers say, I just want one language, and other customers say, I want every language, and there's everything in between. But our goal is to be able to provide you with those tools so that you can make those decisions if you want to build that way, right? Another big piece around our platform is what we refer to as consented actions. So being able to make the entire customer journey effortless and allowing these agents to take action on behalf of you as a user or on behalf of your users with their permission, right? So I can update that card if you would like me to, right? I can open your video streaming and you can show me that plant if you would like me to. But being able to make sure that the user is always in control of those actions that are happening, so there's some governance in place, it's not agents running wild. And then lastly, our world-class, state-of-the-art voice models that we offer in our platform, which are part of our partnership from Google DeepMind. We've been working really, really diligently with them over the last year to build out these native audio models. They are state-of-the-art. I think we just hit the top of the Talbench charts. Maybe OPM in here, someone confirmed that. But I think we're doing really great on the Talbench benchmark charts for audio. That's our new Gemini Flash 3.1 native audio model, if you're not familiar with it. But check it out. It's super natural, really great sounding, great instruction following, great tool calling. And that's what you'll hear in the demo today and also with a lot of our customers that are out in production as well. Finally, we'll talk about optimize. Again, optimizing your experiences is really the crux of this entire cycle of building within Gemini Enterprise for customer experience. Making sure that all of your data is being fed into some sort of quality AI or some sort of insights integration so that you can analyze those conversations, understand the user journeys, figure out what are the intents that users are calling in about, figure out where they're falling out of the funnel. All of that is super, super key to being able to iterate back into that build stage and go around that cycle once more. Our Insights product is built to provide a lot of that deep information about your customer user journeys. It is out of the box directly integrated with CX Agent Studio. So as you build, as soon as you start deploying into production, Insights is gathering data. And if you need help with your human agents, we have our Agent Assist platform as well that provides AI assistance for your human call center agents. Okay, I've talked through a lot of these things. Let's try a little bit of a demo here. So I'm actually gonna call live the Best Buy hotline. And you'll have to bear with me here because people are texting me and I'm on my phone here. So, all right, so let's call Best Buy and see if we can have a live phone call here. A couple of things I just want you to listen for during this call. It's a live phone call. It's gonna go into the IVR, I guess it's an IVR system, the front-loaded system. It's gonna greet me and talk to me and all these things, right? But listen for a couple of things. One of the things that Best Buy is really focused on is, this concept of show me that you care, right? Show me you care, demonstrate trustworthiness, and just make it an effortless overall experience for the customer, right? So let's listen in.
Welcome to Best Buy. You're interacting with a virtual assistant that'll use AI to help you. I'm still learning, so I may not get everything right. For quality assurance, your call may be recorded. By continuing, you accept the terms of use and privacy policy on bestbuy.com. And thanks for being a My Best Buy Plus member. Para español, diga español. Now, what can I help you with?
Yeah, the computer that I just bought won't turn on.
Acknowledged. Since you just bought it, do you happen to remember if it's a Mac, a Chromebook, or a different brand? And what operating system does it use?
Yeah, it's a Chromebook, an HP Chromebook, yeah.
Let's get this taken care of for you. The best option is to bring it to a Best Buy store, where our Geek Squad agents can diagnose the problem. I can help you schedule a service appointment at a location that's convenient for you. Can you provide your zip code so I can search for available appointments near you?
Yeah, it's 78733.
Great. And what day would you like to come in?
Do you have anything on Friday?
Please bear with me for just a moment while I check our system for the available time slots. Got it. There are 10 available appointments at the Bee Cave store this Friday. Here are the first three: 11:40 a.m., 12:40 p.m., or 1:20 p.m. Do any of these work for you?
Yeah, let's do the first one.
So just to confirm, you'd like to schedule an appointment for this Friday, April 24th at 11:40 a.m. at the Bee Cave store. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Just a second while I secure that time slot for you. Great. We will see you at Best Buy Bee Cave on Friday, April 24th at 11:40 a.m. To manage this appointment, visit your appointments page in your account on bestbuy.com. During your appointment, if any additional services are needed or requested, additional charges may apply and would require your approval. Please remember any power cords, cables, and additional accessories needed to replicate the issues you're experiencing so we may provide the best service possible. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope, you've been great. Thank you.
We appreciate you choosing Best Buy. Have a great day.
All right, that's pretty seamless, right? I was able to get an appointment scheduled pretty easily, and gonna take my laptop to Best Buy on Friday, I guess, when I get home. So, yeah, so that's just a quick overview of what their experience is with the Best Buy support agent today. There's other things that it can do as well, but these are the types of just frictionless customer journeys that we're talking about. It's like, hey, my laptop's not working. Which one is it? Got it. I can look up your order history. I confirmed it. I see that you're a Best Buy Plus member. Just bring it in. Which day do you want to do it? Let's just knock it out, right? So those are the types of experiences that we can build today. They're meaningful, they're actionable, and they're really quick for us to put together. Again, a couple of things that you may have heard during that demo, there was the natural voice, there was personalization. It greeted me, it was able to look up my account based on the fact that I called in from my personal cell phone. It knows that I'm a Best Buy Plus member. It did the order history lookup to confirm that I had the Chromebook, which is an HP. There was really nice latency there. There's the appointment booking that was done. You saw the text message that I got, so some multimodality happening. You saw the email coming in as well. And also, it's part of my Best Buy app. So as soon as I open my Best Buy app, I can see all my appointments. I can manage them in there as well. So all of those integrations are we're done with the Best Buy backend, all of their booking systems, their management and scheduling systems. You saw it live, look up my zip code and my store, all of that really seamlessly. So just really a great experience from a consumer perspective. Okay, I think at this point I'm going to bring up the Best Buy team. So Maureen, Arvind, if you'd like to come up. So I'm going to grab this and this. And I will give you this clicker.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, so if y'all want to just introduce yourselves real quick.
Yeah. How about Patrick? Live demos 2 days in a row. Hard to follow this guy from a public speaking perspective. Thanks, Patrick. Good job. My name is Maureen Spence. I'm a Senior Director of Product at Best Buy, and I'm responsible for a number of our business domains, including customer care. Before I hand it over to Arvind, I did just want to say thank you to Patrick for demonstrating our computing troubleshooting experience. We're really proud of that, and we continue to evolve it, like you said. We aren't popping the champagne yet, but there's a lot of cool things that are happening there, and we're excited to extend that to other experiences in our IVR. I also just want to thank Google for the partnership in bringing that to life. It was with that partnership we were able to make that happen.
Hey everyone, I'm Arvind Jagannathan. I lead engineering for the services and support area at Best Buy. So happy to be here.
All right.
Take it away, Maureen.
Yeah, I was having trouble with the clicker. Off to a good start. So at Best Buy in customer care, we're really focused on two foundations that we know will help lead us to the objectives that we're trying to achieve by FY30. Those foundational things are ensuring that Best Buy customer care remains a great place to work. When your agents are happy, they serve your customers in an empathetic way and with energy that our customers appreciate. Taking care of our customers is a primary goal of ours. Also, we know that our customers don't wake up every day hoping to call our care center. I don't know about you, but we certainly would rather we know our customers would rather be using seamless self-service customer experiences to take care of whatever it is they need in the channel that they'd like to take care of it in. With these two things, we know that we are well on our way of achieving our objectives, which include reducing human agent-handled contacts, which we're seeing through those self-service experiences that show up in our digital assets, our IVR, and our chat. We also know that customers will not always be able to serve themselves. So in the moments where our agents need to help our customers, we're focused on ensuring that they have the tools that allow them to be present in the moment, taking the cognitive load off so they can be empathetic, and also to ensure they're efficient, making sure that we have cost efficiency in the way that we execute that. All right, the journey. It looks so simple. So the journey from our legacy platform started, and we were really focused on a number of things. One, we knew that we wanted to be able to bring new experiences to our customers faster than we were able to in our current legacy platforms. Every time we wanted to make an experience change, it required us to work with a contract with a vendor with long timelines and expensive costs. We wanted to bring that in-house, knowing that customers' expectations are constantly evolving, especially in the world of AI. As you mentioned, it's not one and done and out the door. We also wanted to empower our customers. We knew that if we provided good customer experiences, the business results would follow. So secondarily, reaching for those outcomes like higher containment rate, lower transfers, lower repeat calls. And the last thing is we want to remain focused on servicing our customers in the consumer electronics business. We wanted to partner with a technology company that continues to invest in AI, and especially at the pace at which the technology is evolving. So when we started, the first thing we did was we focused on intent identification. Knowing why your customers are calling you is critically important because you could build the best experience ever, but if you're not getting your customer to that experience, you've wasted a lot of effort. So understanding their intent so we could route them was number one. Then we focused on building some foundational self-service experiences, keeping it simple. Oh, you want to do a price match? Can I text you a link? Allows us to get into a digital channel where we already have the experience live and our customers can serve themselves. We also did things like proactive identification, which you saw in Patrick's example. Knowing if the customer made a recent purchase, we would say, oh, are you calling about your order? And we would offer them up their status or other things. Once we got off the legacy platform, we were able to focus on more complex experiences. That included actually taking action on behalf of the customer. Oh, you want to do a price match? Can I go ahead and take care of that for you? Which was really a great experience. Then we started focusing on generative. And the first generative experience we brought to life was frequently asked questions. We trained a model on our internal policies and procedures, so if customers had questions on haul away or recycling, it could answer those questions live in the IVR. We've used a number of Google's models, the most recent of which you saw on the computing troubleshooting, and we're really happy with what we're seeing from a latency, the human nature of the voice, and how our customers are actually engaging. It's really interesting to listen to some of those calls. And the empathy that comes through, it's fascinating. You should play around with it if you get a chance. We're excited to extend that same experience to a number of other experiences within our IVR. Talking about how we measure the outcomes and the impact, anchoring back to the foundations and the objectives. The first thing is the customer impact. So improved self-service is a primary goal, knowing that's what our customers want. We actually measure in our experiences how our customers are engaging, and we can see in certain ones what are agent assisted versus customer executed, and we watch that percentage so that we know our experiences are resonating. We also are seeing reduced transfer rates, which is great for our customers. They want to get the help they need and get on with their lives. We recently implemented what we call the NGA welcome experience, which allows our customers to tell us what challenges they're having in their own words, in a generative way that helps steer them into the right experiences. In the past, we had to use like specific utterances that then would route. And with the ability for customers to use their own words, we're actually getting to the right place more frequently, resulting in a 1.5 to 2% decrease in our transfer rate. Finally, we're also seeing fewer repeat calls. Our customers don't want to call us once, let alone twice. And we get a lot of, we used to have a lot of repeat callers, and that number is going down significantly. From an employee standpoint, we're really excited about some of the technologies and capabilities we've been able to bring to our employees. One of the really cool things we did recently is when our customers are talking to our agents in the IVR, if they have to go to a live agent, we summarize that interaction and give it to the live agent so the live agent doesn't have to start over, nor does the customer have to hear, did you try unplugging it? When they've already tried unplugging it. And so we're really excited about the efficiency for the agent, but also the experience for the customer. We also provide post-call summaries using Google technology, lifting that off of the agent's plates. And finally, one of the really cool things we're super excited about is our Knowledge Assist experience. We trained a model on our internal policies and procedures and allowed our agents within the support workbench tool that they're in to prompt that using their natural language and have articles elevated so they didn't have to swivel to a different application. We then saw the engagement and took it one step further and turned it into a proactive knowledge engagement where it listens to the conversation with our customer and elevates relevant articles on the side with summaries and links. And finally, we took this capability and we allow the agents to use it in the tool even when they're not in a conversation with the customer. When you think about the financial impact of having that capability, it allows our agents to handle more intents with our customers, therefore having a broader range of what they can handle, making less transfers, but also making our training easier. They can now cover more things because they have that knowledge there. That is allowing us a lot more sourcing flexibility in our agent pool and how we staff our call centers to help our customers. We also are seeing reduced contact volume altogether, and that's through those digital self-service experiences, but also the ones we're seeing in the IVR and chat. When we look at our containment rate from our legacy platform to the Google platform that we're on now, we're seeing over a 50% increase in containment. So we're really excited about that. And through these efficiency gains with our tools, our average handle time is also coming down. So these are the outcomes that we're most proud of with what we've been able to do partnering with Google. All right. The innovation that is enabled by the data and the technology is allowing us to do the experimentation. I like how you said it, Patrick, not one and done. We use our data, and we have a lot more access to data with this new technology, to identify areas of opportunity, and then we go and we figure out what is the experience we want to bring to life. And we can put it into production and throttle it against a small set of our traffic to see how customers are engaging with it. We then use the data to see if we're also getting the business outcomes. Customer expectations around AI are evolving every day. Our services and experiences need to evolve with it. This unlock for us, where we don't have to sign a contract with another vendor and spend 3 months developing something together, deploying it, and finding out it's not it, is a waste of money and time, and also a miss on the customer experience. So our team's empowered to do that is an extremely important thing. The last thing I'll say before I hand it to my partner in crime here, Arvind, is that we're really excited about the seamless self-service customer experiences that we have been able to bring to life, leveraging the transcript data. We are able to use that data and hear from the voice of our customers firsthand what their experiences are upstream of our customer care. We use that data to not only understand the top call drivers, I think we've all been doing that for a while, but what specifically about those? So for example, you can drill in a conversational way. Okay, what are my top 5 products that our customers calling about? And of this product, what are the 5 reasons they're calling about? And we use that information to inform the enterprise. And we do that in repairs. We do that in our large product fulfillment. And imagine the value to those business partners who can now use that to change the experiences upstream and therefore eliminate some of those contacts that would have come in, and most importantly, delight our customers. We are also very excited about the unlock on the transcripts from an agent quality perspective. Being able to see 100% of our interactions with our agents and customers allows us to be very specific on the training opportunities that exist, so that when our customers do have to talk to our agents, they are trained in a consistent way and purposeful to continue to drive that customer satisfaction up. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Arvind, and he's going to talk to you about our technology evolution and the learnings that we've had.
Thanks, Maureen. Hey, thanks, Maureen. So, when I think about the technology evolution, the first thing that comes to mind is, we talked about speed. It's a real thing. We've been able to go from a traditional heavyweight, months of development to this really rapid, agile, prompt-driven development. And it's been a game changer, because now what it's done is it's really compressed our cycle time from initial build to UAT to, it's remarkable, right? It's weeks. And what that lets us do is, iterate, right? And refine the experience, is what you said, Patrick. It's not a one and done, but we can do it in the same time. We can revisit the experience, do a lot of hill climbing, do it multiple times. It's been a big thing. So it's really fundamentally changed how we approach development, what we think of in time, for first implementation and betas and things like that. Then I want to touch upon the capabilities. The capabilities of the platform have been really powerful. For example, with chat, latency is not, well, it's masked. People are used to the typing and the delays, but with voice, it really impacts the experience. If you have a latency on the voice side, people perceive that as a very negative experience. So we spent a lot of time in our earlier, Dialogflow CX, engineering performance around the latency that we had. But with the new models, with GCX, I'm calling it GCX to abbreviate it, but it's been, the new models have been remarkable. So they're voice native, which means that, all of the intermediate processing of, you go from text to speech, you go to the model, it comes back as, back the other way around. You bypass all those legacy things, so it's a very fast and low latency. We've seen improvements of about 50% in that. And what that really means at the end is that you can have a really compelling voice interaction with AI, right? And it's a lot more conversational, it sounds a lot more human with the new voice models that we have. It's been remarkable. When we went to NGA, it's night and day in terms of what we've been able to do. The things around the integration, this is not like a brand new greenfield, right? It has to fit into the existing ecosystem of things. So we have a large ecosystem of APIs, we have deterministic flows, and GCX, out of the box, gives us a lot of capabilities, right? To just plug in and start consuming those things. And it's all, highly prompt driven. So which is a very easy sort of hill to climb there. And then let me forward the slide. Yep.
The top button.
The top green one.
Top green.
You have to press it hard too.
Okay. So what did we learn? We learned a lot.
A lot.
So, the three things I want to talk about is really the first thing, rapid evolution. We all know this, right? So we all know that this is changing. This is my third Google Next, and it's been, the first, we were talking about supervisory models and model training, and now we're somewhere else. So the technology is changing very rapidly. And it's sort of a new thing for us because in the space, we are traditionally used to moving a lot slower. But in addition to the rapid pace of the technology, what we've also seen is there's substantial ROI to adopting the new technology. So as Best Buy, we've sort of changed. So we are adopting this technology a lot more rapidly than we've done in the past. And it's worked out well. And Google's been a great partner, helping us adopt the technology and operationalize it in a very safe way and, get some initial learnings and then, get back into a feedback loop. So it's been a very successful partnership. The other thing, we learned is the enterprise scale. So anytime you put customer-facing AI in front of customers, right, there's a lot of things to think through. And, with cloud, we were aware of, pre-provisioning, capacity quota management, but there's a whole new world of quota pre-provisioning and, management and that we have to think about specific to AI capabilities, right? And that's sometimes in short supply. And more importantly, very, very important to have a very strong enterprise governance framework around AI. That's something we've kind of done from day one. And, making sure with the platform, we have a lot of guardrails that we can implement, right? So it's like guardrails around, Best Buy's privacy, security, legal policies. And that's something, we're able to, implement very easily. The last thing I want to leave you with is this, cross-functional partnership. So, in the traditional world, the business has requirements, it gets refined in, technology goes off and builds something, and a lot of the times it matches pretty close, but then there's gaps. But what prompt-driven development, and I'm going to simplify, is going to really democratize the process, right? So it's very accessible to everyone. And so what we've done is we've brought our business domain owners into our customer experience, ideation and design. And it's been, very successful, and so it's a new way of working. And what we've seen is that, their stakeholders, they understand the experience. So there's like really tight alignment between the business goals and the intent and the technology that gets built and delivered, So that's been really a good partnership. And, we know what we're building, we get what we, wanted to get, and then we can iterate it fast. And then that's the slides. I think we're back to Q&A.
Yeah, you can click to the next one. I think we've got a few minutes, so I was going to ask the Best Buy team a couple of questions here. We can go through things. Let's see. I guess maybe for you, Maureen, we'll start with what were some of the key business objectives that you guys were hoping to achieve when you first started partnering with Google and, even with the legacy system and going into the new ones, were you measuring CSAT? Was it, was it cost savings? Was it empowering your people? Just maybe talk about a couple of those.
Yeah, absolutely. We always start with our customer. And of course, we were looking to bring those empowering experiences to the customers so that they could self-serve. And again, focusing on that and looking at customer satisfaction in those experiences and evolving with their expectations was top of the list. And we knew the business outcomes would follow. Those business outcomes are the metrics that I shared around containment, transfer rate, repeat caller, are some of the key metrics that we're looking at as a part of that. And then I would say finally, those happy employees are super important to us as well, and ensuring that they have the tools that they need to be successful. If any of you sat in a call center and watched someone handle a call, it's a stressful situation. Customers are reaching out to you when they're having a problem. Some of them are angry. Some of them really just need your help. And to empower those agents with those tools is a really important part of this whole journey to, again, continue leaning into customer satisfaction.
Yeah, for sure. Arvind, next one for you. You talked earlier about like your migration from Dialogflow CX to CX Agent Studio and kind of going from the state machine to generative. I guess as a broader question, why Google? There's a lot of tech partners that are out there. What was it about Google that you found, or the GECX solution that made it the right choice for Best Buy?
Yeah, when we started on this journey, we were in this sort of legacy world, where we had our chat experience on Dialogflow ES, which is the older technology, and then we had a proprietary vendor black box IVR. So as we thought about how to consolidate this platform, a couple of key criteria that weighed in. One was we already have a good partnership with Google in terms of all our data and analytics that live in GCP. So it kind of made logical sense to put our AI closer to that, right? And so that drove some of the consolidation, from a Dialogflow point of view. The second thing is, really when we looked at the market and we looked at the players, and we trusted Google to be able to take this wild west of new technology and condense it into a consumable format for us, with the guardrails and the security and the scale that we wanted.
Cool. I guess really for Maureen or for Arvind, when we talk about success, we talked about measuring success and measuring results and things like that. What do you think has been the most significant measurable impact on your business or for your customers?
I would say it really is the ability to evolve those experiences at the pace at which we can evolve them. And the ability for us to do that internally has been a game changer. We implemented something, for example, and it didn't go to plan, and we were able to pull it out and not feel bad about experimenting in that way because it wasn't, a huge, long, drawn-out thing. And so for me, it's the ability to bring those experiences to life in that fast fashion.
Cool. And was there anything during the implementation from like an insights perspective or a metrics perspective that you didn't anticipate that you found through the data or through the insights or through the conversations?
Well, I would just say in general, the ability to access the data and understand the data and use it as a tool in the decision-making process. The amount of data was a game changer that we knew we were going to get a lot of good data, but the level of data that we can get and the analytics and using it as proof points on what we're doing has been instrumental. On the agent experience side, I would say something that I didn't personally anticipate is the game-changing way in which we can train our agents and the ability to expand beyond more than the intents that they were working on. And that really is an unlock in your sourcing strategy. So that was a good one too.
Cool. All right, maybe we've got time for one or two more. Let's see. You think about looking back across the last couple of years and our partnership together and everything that we've been working on, what would be the single biggest piece of advice that you would give all the leaders in the room here today if they were getting started?
Yeah.
For both of you, yeah.
Any sports fans out there? Yes, okay. I'm a huge sports fan. Watch it, coach it, play it. And if you've ever won a game and you're ahead the whole time, the win feels good, but it's not like as good. So when you have your learnings and, for example, you're down by 20 at half and somehow everybody on the team contributed in some meaningful way, whether it was a basket here, a steal there, that gets you to like that game tying shot and then you go into overtime and you win. That win feels better than the one where you're ahead 20, by 20 the whole time. The big learning for me and the thing that I would leave you with is involving the right people in the game is the most important part. Having the right players who know those upstream experiences that you're trying to bring to life in this microcosm of every service and product you offer is an incredibly important thing to do and to do it right. And if I could go back, I would have done that sooner, faster, better, because we could have gotten to these experiences. We've ultimately figured it out, but when all the players contribute to the win, it feels that much better.
Yeah. What about for you, Arvind?
Yeah, a couple of things Good point, Maureen. Yeah. So the thing, I would say from an engineering point of view is, to be adaptable in your architecture, because the thing is, the latency was one thing. We spend a lot of times, working around and, doing workarounds, but then the platform just evolved, right, and solved it in one fell swoop. So I think that's going to continue to happen. So you're going to have challenges with the technology that is there today, but fully expected to, leapfrog and, solve those things. So the more flexible you can be in your thinking and your architecture and expect the technology, the platforms to eventually catch up, I think that's really important, so you don't box yourself in from a technical point of view. The other thing, to your earlier question, some insights is, a well-crafted AI experience, people are willing to engage with it. We found customers who call in, we typically think of people calling in as being less technology aware, as versus someone who chat. I would never call unless I absolutely have to. But we found people engaging with our troubleshooting agent for 15 plus minutes and trying to solve it, which to us was eye-opening. We're like, wow, you put a great experience out there and people will engage with it and actually use it. So
that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank y'all for joining us today. Really pleasure to hear your story and continue this partnership with you together. And thanks for all of you for joining us today and listening in. Hopefully this was insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you.